Alright, so I'm recording this video. This is for a 2008 Nissan Altima power steering fluid flush. So I'll just get right into it. So you're going to get a 10 millimeter socket, Jesus, and unscrew that, and you're going to take this reservoir out because it's going to be in the way. You're going to need to get it out of the way. So you're going to pull it up with your hand. It's going to feel like it's stuck, but it's like on some sort of bracket, so you just kind of pull it up, wiggle it, and you're going to like move it to the side. I was able to just like put it over there. And then you are going to remove, well, you're going to take off this cap. This is your power steering fluid. You're going to take off the cap, and you're going to get your turkey baster, or you're going to get your $10 pump thing that you get at AutoZone, and you're going to pump as much fluid out as possible. And you're going to put it into like what we used is actually kind of like a thin bottle, and we ended up putting the bottle here. So we pumped it into that bottle. Then you're going to get pliers, squeeze this down and pull this, and then you're going to wiggle this off. You're going to wiggle this tube off, but obviously when you wiggle this off, the fluid's going to come out. So you got to make sure that you close it off. So what we ended up doing was we found a plastic bag and some rubber bands. We just put the plastic bag on there and tied some rubber bands around it, and that worked just fine. The fluid did not come out. So now you got this pipe. So you got this pipe hanging, and what we did is we were able to move it. Now, you might not be able to move it right away because it might be really tight. So you might have to unclamp that clamp down there and move it up, and you might have to go like this to pull it out a little bit, and then once you do that, you can maneuver it over to this side, and you're gonna it's a little rough, but you're gonna bend this tube into the catch can, the bottle. And it fit like right in here. It fit just fine right in here. We had no problems. The video that I watched, the guy took it off this side, and that really pissed me off because that's actually, well, maybe I'm just stupid, but that's actually where the fluid comes out. Basically, the fluid comes up. So I think the fluid kind of comes around, and it comes up through this pipe and goes into here. So as you're turning the steering wheel, the fluid's gonna come up and it's gonna come out of here, and that's why you need to take this off and put this into, put it into a bottle. So if you've watched other videos, it's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, you'd have to jack the car up on both sides so that both wheels are free spinning. Use your wheel chocks and stuff like that. Put the e-brake on. Do not start the car. There's no need to start the car. Just put it in accessory mode so that you're able to freely turn the steering wheel. And so as your partner, your friend, whatever, is turning the steering wheel, this fluid's going to go down. Just don't ever let it go. Honestly, I never let it go past the point I couldn't see. I just it went down a little bit. I said, hold on. I added more fluid. I filled all the way to the top. I said, keep going. He kept turning the wheel all the way back and forth. The fluid kept filling up. And I said, okay. So, what we ended up, so believe it or not, this 2008 Nissan Altima takes automatic transmission fluid Dexron VI. What is that, 6? It's VI. And if you type it into Google, you type in owner's manual, and it'll say you can use this special stuff, or you can use Dexron V1, which is 6, I guess. It'll say that online, so that's what we used. But the first thing that I did was I had some old transmission fluid laying around, and that's what I used at first to get the crap fluid out. So I put, it was royal purple, so I had half a quart, and I guess I would say a quart. I'd say half a quart of that I dumped in there, and we were flushing that out. Then I had half a quart of this, half a quart of some Honda transmission fluid I put in there. I figured it didn't really matter because we're just using it to flush the bad stuff out. And then I went to Walmart and I got this $6 or $7 quart, two of them, 2 quarts. And after I used those 2 bottles, I ended up using 1.5 quarts. It was only $13. I figured, why not? So used both those quarts, and the fluid came out completely clear. So if you're wondering, I would say buy 3 quarts. Get 3 quarts of stuff. 3 whole quarts. And I know it sounds crazy, but if you can get it for cheap enough, get 3 quarts, and you should be just fine. At the end, with the car still up, we jacked up the car and got all the bubbles out, and everything worked great. So that's it.